first startup is still running and you went out on the second. So how this entire journey started?
YouTube came in I think when I was in 9th or 10th. Like people started making content on YouTube. It was like very fascinating for me that now you can maybe just put out any piece of video online and there are like thousands and lakhs of people who are ready to watch that particular piece of content, right? So that was very fascinating for me. And at that time, AIB, TVF, all of these people also started making content. So I could see like people like me on screen who are getting like millions of views for the first time, right? So I was like, wow, I also want to do this.
Notice is a lot of creators who are coming in right now, they look content creation as a source of distribution.
And right now, even if you see someone like Virat Kohli, the maximum amount of money he makes even today is via brand deals.
If a 20-year-old who is trying to get into the game of content creation, you know, like one advice you want to give to them, looking at the camera to say ki this is certain rules.
Just start. Because I've seen like a lot of people overthink. Ki what will people think if I put this out? How will people perceive me? Right? So that's the biggest roadblock. Even if you see the first video that Bhuvan Ram put out, or even like the first video MKBHD, or even like your favorite creator, that video will be like very bad. Don't overthink it, just start putting out. And by doing this on a daily basis, you'll learn and you'll grow. So that's just do it.
Okay.
Hello people, welcome to Broke But Hopeful. My name is Prasan Sen.
Although that you're seeing me for the first time in front of the camera, you have definitely seen my work before. Because last year I was responsible for the back-end stuff, looking at the lights and the cameras. But this year I had the opportunity to be in front of the camera and host incredible guests. So a few while ago I was surfing through the web and I came across this concept of creator economy. At the first glance, I thought the creator economy is just another jargon for something that is totally irrelevant. But diving deep into it, I figured out that the YouTube creative ecosystem was alone responsible to bring in 16,000 crores of economy to our GDP. And it gave employment to 9.3 lakh people across India. So to understand it more better, to understand the intricacies and nuances that are involved in creator economy, I think we have one of the best guests or one of the best person who can explain the overall industry or how it works. So a little introduction about the guest. His name is Piyush Agrawal. He is a founder of a talent management company by the name of Create. This is his second venture. Before this, he had a media house by the name of Big Bang Media. And he has done a lot of stuff in the past. We will figure everything out from him himself. So, hi Piyush. How do you feel? How are you doing?
I'm good. Excited for this.
Yeah, before starting, like, how did the overall journey start? Because a little stalking I did of your LinkedIn, and I found out that you were originally from Jaipur.
Yes.
From Jaipur, you went to Bangalore, then you came back to Mumbai.
Yes,
so, like, if you had to, like, describe how was the entire journey that you had till now?
Yeah.
You know, because this is your second startup, and like the first startup is still running, and you went out on the second. So, how this entire journey started? You know, right from Jaipur.
So basically, when I was a kid, I was always like doing something creative.
Yeah.
So I used to do a lot of theater back when I was in Jaipur. I used to do a lot of summer workshops in theater. In school, I also used to act a lot.
Yeah.
But that was like a hobby.
Okay.
And when YouTube came in, I think when I was in 9th or 10th, like people started making content on YouTube. It was like very fascinating for me that now you can maybe just put out any piece of video online and there are like thousands and lakhs of people who are ready to watch that particular piece of content, right? So that was very fascinating for me. And at that time, AIB, TVF, all of these people also started making content. So I could see like people like me on screen who are getting like millions of views for the first time, right? So I was like, wow, I also want to do this. And with my school friends, I also started my own channel back in school.
Everyone has a YouTube channel when they are in school or college.
Like we took it a little seriously. We also made like some funny sketches.
So did it scale? Thoda wo aage बढ़ा था that page?
The most views we could get was around 35,000.
Not bad. Back in like that those days, 35,000 was a big number.
Like big number on YouTube. So we did that, but like because everyone was busy with their college, education, school, exams. So we couldn't pursue it seriously. And at that time, I also thought it to be like as a hobby. I also didn't want to become like a proper YouTuber back then. It was like just very fascinating for me. that time I wanted to become like a coder, a programmer.
Yeah, because you have done your bachelor's in computer
Yes, yes.
applications,
So
right?
I always wanted to do something in computer science itself. Like that
Okay.
time, like coding and everything fascinated me a lot. So I was the one of the first people to have like a computer when I was a kid
Yeah.
among my peers, because back then internet and everything was coming up. It was pretty new for the whole, at least India, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was one of
What
the
year is this? Like you getting your computer and YouTube
I
starting?
think I getting my computer was, I think, maybe around 2008, 9.
Okay, so pretty new for
Yeah,
the
yeah. So that
2000.
time I think we were the first families in India who got maybe like a
Oh,
computer and the internet, among at least in Jaipur.
okay.
Like it was not very common back then. Like right now everyone has
Yeah,
like
yeah.
internet access, right? So I was on the internet. Even like I used to have a Orkut page, Facebook page,
Yeah.
like when Facebook also just started. So it was very fascinating back then. So that time this whole ecosystem also really fascinated me. So that's why I took Bachelor of Computer Application in Christ.
Okay.
So I wanted to become a coder back then. So then when I went into Christ, the like I had like a lot of expectations from the college. And honestly, the teaching ecosystem was not that great as per my expectation.
Okay.
So eventually my interest in coding fizzled away.
Oh, shit.
So I thought ki I can't do this as like my job. Well, every day, 7, 8 hours a day, I can't just be in the computer and code.
Okay.
And I realized ki, okay, my passion in like theater, creative things is like now I'm more interested in that. Okay. And I also come from like a business family. My
Okay.
family has always been doing business, right? So I thought ki becoming a creative is even more difficult. Okay. Because like for that, you need to be the best creative out there, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of these people who are creative, they struggle with making money. So I thought, ki, okay, this is like a good thing that we can maybe do something over here. And when I was in Bangalore, since Bangalore has a lot of opportunities, so I was interacting with a lot of people over there who were in this ecosystem. I used to basically volunteer in a lot of festivals that was happening in Bangalore, like TEDx. I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
volunteer in Under 25. I used to volunteer in. So at these places, a lot of people who were coming in were like content creators, people in this ecosystem. So that was my first window. Okay, this is how the whole world is shaping up.
Okay.
So that's how I got even more fascinated into that. And yeah, please.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, when did you came to Mumbai? And the first thing, did you started Big Bang Media, or you did something
So
before
after
that?
college only, like that time, since like my primary like interaction with the whole ecosystem was maybe doing an event.
Okay.
So I always wanted to do an event. I thought key events like Under 25, TEDx are happening in much more like
Larger
larger
scale.
scale in places like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi. But it was not happening in cities like Jaipur back then.
So you had a co-founder with you
For Big Bang,
for Big Bang.
yes, yes, I had my some like it was not a very serious venture back then. Like we
Okay.
did a small event in Jaipur. It was called Big Bang Youth Fest.
Okay.
In 2020, just before the pandemic. So
Okay.
the idea was to bring in some creators, entrepreneurs, people who are doing interesting stuff in Jaipur, and basically curate it in a manner in which a young person comes in, they feel ki, okay, there's so much more in the world that I can explore, right? So we did that. The idea was to do the similar festival back then in multiple cities like Indore, Surat, Lucknow, tier 2 cities primarily, and we wanted to do the second festival in April in Indore. But
Okay.
pandemic happened. So then we did some of those festivals online, on Instagram Live, but the business model was not sustainable.
Oh.
Then I joined another company. For pandemic, I was working with another company. They were also in the creator ecosystem itself. So over there, I got like a lot more exposure. And then I basically came to Mumbai to do a job in that company.
Oh.
So for a year, I was with them in Mumbai. I was getting more exposure. And then when I thought the time is right, I quit the company and I started my own venture. That is Create. So right now, Big Bang Media is not existing. Like it was just like existed for
Oh.
3, 4, 5 months when we were doing
So
that
you just,
festival.
it was like a freelance or a gig thing to host some events on a big
Yeah,
scale?
so that time, like, that was also my first venture. Like, I was just out of the college, so I had a lot more freedom. So
Okay.
it was not a very serious venture back then. But obviously, like, because I did that, it gave me a lot of exposure. It gave me a platform to do whatever I'm doing right now.
Okay. So in 2020, you started with Create, right?
Yes.
So
2022.
2022.
Yes.
So, like, what was the like missing part, or what gap were you filling in, or you were trying to fill in when you started Create? Like, was it something that you thought ki I could do this better, or was it purely for business purpose? Ki, no, this is a good business opportunity. I can fit in
So
here.
it's a combination of both. So basically, since till then, I was already interacting with a lot of creators. A lot of creators were my friends. So I knew that the agency ecosystem, the primary problem was that there was a trust deficit between creator and the agency.
Okay.
Creators always used to feel that they are not given the all like the information that desired, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of agencies, they were very opaque when we started create.
Okay.
So our primary USP was to basically be more transparent compared to other peers in the ecosystem. So we started giving them information more than they wanted from us. So that was a core USP. And obviously, like when we started, like since creators were coming in with a much faster space, and they always needed someone that can handle their business. So there was also still the demand in the market for more people to come in. So it was combination of both of these things.
Okay. Because I've seen many micro creators, who come on and they share the bad experience that they had
Yes.
with creator management agencies. And the point that you mentioned, that they were not very transparent, that was what you were
Right.
trying to fill in. That's actually very true, because I've seen many people complaining ki they took margins or they took that.
Yes, 100%.
Although we'll get...
So right now we are completely transparent with the creators with how much margins we take, how much money they are making.
Yeah.
So from day one they are certain that okay, these people will take this much margin and I'm signing up for this.
Okay.
And we basically give them all the information. You are making this much money and we are keeping this much money. So they
Okay.
don't have any problems with us.
So, like, many people have a very superficial idea about talent management, or they think it's like a very flashy thing to do. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a business angle involved to it. So, if you had to explain, what's the key business angle to creative management
So
or
the
stuff?
thing is, like any media professional, be it an actor, be it a sports person, be it a content creator, right?
Yeah.
Their primary job is to basically be active in the field they are in. An
Okay.
actor will put maximum amount of its time to act. Sports person will play sports. Similarly, creators will make content for the most amount of time in their day, right?
Okay.
So typically they don't have extra time to think more on business.
Yeah.
Okay, to reach out to more people on an aggressive basis, right? So they always need like a person who can maybe do that for them. Who can always think what more we can do with the personality or the creator that we have in hand with us, right? So our job is to solve for that. Okay. So we try to reach out to more people. We try to bring in more opportunities for them. We also think, okay, now this creator has reached this scale, right? What is next for that person? We also keep communicating with the creator to understand what their vision is like. And then we try to create a roadmap. Okay, now you have this vision. This is these 3 or 4 steps that can maybe take you there. Okay. And at the same time, our goal is to also make sure that whatever that creative person is doing, it's economically sustainable.
Okay.
So we make sure that they get the best deal that they possibly can when they are working with anybody in the market. We also try to scout for more deals for them.
Okay.
So if like I put it in a nutshell, our job is to make sure that they're growing and also they're making money at the same time. So that's what we
Okay.
do with them.
So, in basic terms, like bringing in brand deals and how they can scale their content creation, not just to making videos, but to add a business angle to it as well.
You can say that,
Okay.
but like right now, apart from brand deals, also a lot of avenues are open for creators.
Yeah, because what I've noticed is a lot of creators who are coming in right now, they look content creation as a source of distribution. So that when a cult following is generated for them, so they can then launch their product and use it as a distribution rather than just being famous or getting brand deals. Many Gen Zs that I have talked to, they think it as कि अच्छा मेरे इतने followers हो जाएंगे, I'll have a certain amount of fixed distribution with me. So
That's true. That's true. Like even like let's say if you have reached the scale and you just want to do brand deals, there's also enough money in that. So it depends on like your personal ambitions and personal motivations, right? If you in
Yeah.
the end want to launch your own product,
Okay.
that's also good. If you just want to keep doing brand deals,
Yeah.
that's also good for you. I think right now even if you see someone like Virat Kohli,
Yeah.
the maximum amount of money he makes even today is via brand deals.
Yeah.
So that's also not a bad business to be in once you have like enough eyeballs, right? Even like
Yeah.
I think Shah Rukh Khan also makes like the maximum amount of money via brand deals.
Brand deals.
So yeah.
Okay, so since that we come from a business background, So we always have this kick to understand the business model or how does the business works, the unit economics and stuff. So like my first question to you in terms of business would be like how does a creator management or talent management agency actually makes money? So like are there multiple avenues to generate income or is it just stuck to the commission angle?
No, it's just stuck to a commission angle. That's the like basic simple model. Like we take a commission in all the business dealing a creator does who is exclusive with us, and that's how we make money.
So
It's very simple.
is it like a fixed model key, okay, this is how much you generate, or
It's
is
a
it on retainers as
So
well?
it's a fixed model. Like when we onboard a creator, we tell them that hey, we will be charging this much commission on all your future deals, and that
Okay.
stays constant.
Okay, so like what is the margins like once you get a creator on board? So like what are you spending like what is the talent management spending on them and like
So
how
like right
much?
now, like and as an agency, a major spending is in the team that we
Okay.
do, right? The team, the office infrastructure that we have, right? Even sometimes people also give studios and stuff, right?
Yeah.
The most like I think the biggest expenditure is into the team. So because it's a service business, right? So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need like the best team to service these creators. Otherwise, these creators will not feel happy, and we will not be able to deliver what we promised to them. So
Yeah.
the maximum interest, like the investment, is in the team itself.
Okay. So what you said right now to retain the resources, the human resources that we have. So I was watching Nikhil Kamat's podcast where he hosted Tanmay Bhatt and he was talking about the creator economy, where he talked about that the attrition rate for our viewers. Attrition rate is basically कि कौन मतलब the employees leaving the company. So the attrition rate over from when it started in 2000s up tak the attrition rate is at its all time high. So, like, do you think it's any reason involved कि talent management managers think कि the stuff that this creator is doing, even I can do that? Or is it like
Some
something
people
else?
do, okay. Like because like for us, like the kind of creators we manage are into art, storytelling.
Yeah.
So these are like very high skilled content creation
Okay.
thing that they are doing, and even some are travel. So for an example, like if you're just doing these comedy videos or trends,
Yeah.
then talent managers can feel that okay, it's very easy. So
Huh.
since for us, like we have not faced that because for us, the even the creators that we manage, they're very highly skilled.
Okay.
So like a person like me, I can't even imagine to do what they are doing, right? But for an example, let's say if someone is doing a comedy video, or
Okay.
if someone is doing like a relatable video or like a basic challenges that I keep on going on Instagram and that person is getting a lot of views,
Okay.
then I can definitely feel I can also do that and I can get a
Yeah.
lot more views, right? So I think Tanmay what was mentioning about like these larger agencies who are in the business for let's say 7-8 years, they also manage a lot of these kind of creators.
Like-
So over there, managers can definitely feel that and they can try to leave. I have also heard like a lot of stories in which like managers have now switched to becoming creators and some are even doing it like really well. They have like a lot of followers right now. We have not faced that personally
Yeah.
as of yet.
As of yet. So, any big names in your pipeline, like the creators that you host as of now? Because since that topic
So
is
like
around.
like some of the top creators are Monkey Magic. This
Yeah.
guy has around 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube, around like 600, 700K on Instagram. Then this guy got Seriously. Siddesh
yeah.
Lokhare, he
Okay,
has
okay.
like over 1 million on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's this guy called PS Rathore, he's an art creator. He's one of the biggest art creators in the country. Again, over 1 million followers on
Yeah.
Instagram. So we have lots of them. We are managing
So
over
you
100.
also manage Samdesh, right? Unfiltered by
We
Samdesh.
used to manage it.
You used to
Yes,
manage that.
yes.
Okay, so like, how does it change the creator when the creator reaches a certain level of followers or certain level of stature? So does the management changes or is it the same
Yeah,
process?
obviously, like depending on the demands of the creator, you also need to evolve, right?
Yeah.
So if a creator has reached a certain threshold and now the creator demands like some services which needs to be serviced to them to reach another threshold, right? So obviously you need to modify, adapt, and also give those services. If you're not able to do that, then the creator will not feel that you are not adding any value and eventually will leave you. So yeah, you will always needs to be upscaling.
Evolving is the
Yes, 100%.
so so like when you onboard creators, like what are the some like key traits or the key personality that you look in key okay like basically what's the criteria when you onboard a creator?
So, like, since now I have been personally consuming a lot of content, right? So, I know, like, even let's say like you can just sense it, right? For an example, if you're playing cricket for a really long time, you know how to time a ball, right? It becomes like a reflex action.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now, like especially me, like when I see an Instagram profile, like now it's a reflex action. I can see, okay, this kid I can maybe make it big or not. Sometimes it's like a combination of how many views this person is getting, how well they are speaking in the front of camera, what kind of ideas they are portraying in in their content, right? So it's a mixture of these three, four things. And if it's a right fit, we try to basically communicate to them and try to get them with us. So that's how we do it.
Okay. So coming back to the business point of view, like this creative stuff or this creator economy, it's very like the economy is very fluctuating. It's very volatile.
Right.
So like, how do you focus your revenues, or how do you see ki, is there a season? Because I worked in an agency, like I was in sales. So I've seen that agencies have a period where
Right.
they boom. I guess quarter 3 is where everything is booming. So is it something similar happening in the creative industry
So
too?
honestly, like it's very difficult to predict all of that. Okay,
Yeah.
you need to do your basics right.
Okay.
So basically, like you need to have like a sales pipeline that people who are constantly selling and stuff like that, right? And basis on your past benchmark, you need to always aim to beat that. If you're doing that, I think that is fine enough. And since like we know it's a very fluctuating industry and a very dynamic industry, now since we have thought of being a part of it, right? So that's like a part of being in the business. So obviously
Okay.
we try to do that. So sometimes if we feel key the business is not gonna be that great in that month, so we try to put in more effort into bringing in sales, right? If there is a festive month, for an example, right now the December is coming, right, which is New Year, Christmas, and
Yeah.
everything. So typically the brand spend is more.
Okay.
So we know okay, the brand spend is gonna be more. So we just try to optimize for that. You already know okay, this month brand will gonna be spend more, right? For example, in maybe let's say February, not a lot of stuff is happening in February, right? So we try to be more aggressive with sales to try to cover up with the deficit that we might not receive organically. So that's how we do it.
Okay. So when your business scales, so like, are you already looking into getting funding or getting backed by an investor or a VC?
So not actively because like agencies, businesses are inherently profitable from day one.
Okay.
Like you don't need a lot of capital to scale it, and it's also not humanly possible for me also to scale it to like at a very fast speed, because if I do that, things will start breaking.
Okay.
Because it's a human driven game, right? I don't have a product. Like let's say if a Zomato is there, like a lakh people can also use it, a crore people can also use it. I just need to make my IT infrastructure and my logistics better.
Yeah.
But over here, I need human beings to serve human beings, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So like right now also we are hiring for people, but I'm not finding good people that I can hire. So like money is not that big of a factor to identify success. Like we need to be patient and then accordingly grow. So
Okay.
like that's why we are not looking for active investors and anybody right now. Because we also won't be able to give returns to those investors
Yeah.
when they will expect like multiples of their return, because our business won't scale at a faster rate compared to like any tech-based business.
So like when starting something like so volatile or something which has such a fluctuating nature, like how do you start? Like what's the day when you're like, okay, what's the first step when you like build an agency? Because how do you start? Is it like first building a team, or do you start it alone with yourself or with your friends, or like how's the way to go? What's the optimum way to go for building an agency? Any kind of agency, not necessarily
So I think
talent management.
first you should work with like one creator.
Okay.
Okay, that if you think you can be like a great manager, you identify a creator, you try to basically work with that creator and then see if you're able to add value. Okay, if you're able to add value to that creator for like 3, 4, 5 months, and you're confident ki, okay, now you can also replicate this with multiple creators.
Yeah.
That's when you should start an agency. I think all the creator management agencies started in India like that only. Even if you talk about all our competitors as well, they started with managing few creators and they thought, okay, now they can replicate this with multiple creators. That's also what happened with us. So that's how you can maybe do it. It's very simple. Like you don't need any investment. You don't need any money to begin with. If you're a smart person who can talk well, who knows what more can be done with a particular creator, you have a vision. Like, that is the basic thing that is required. Nothing fancy. And eventually, if you're bringing business for that creator, you can use that case study to also show to other creators that, hey, I've done this much for this creator. I
Okay.
can also do that for you. So yeah.
So, like, you being a founder, like, do you see any upcoming like challenges, or like when you scale at a certain level? Obviously, you're bringing in more creators. That's your goal, to get more creators. So, like, how does it affect your overall business model when you get in more creators or you get in more people working for you?
So obviously that's why like we need to have a solid structure in place. So
Okay.
right now, like when we begin the agency, I was the one along with my co-founder who were managing most of the creators.
Okay.
So then we hired the first set of team members, right? We trained them. So
Okay.
now they are good enough that they can also train people uh, and bring in more talents with us, right? So that's why you need to have the steady flow of hiring good people, training them well, and then you can also onboard more creators. And once this cycle kickstarts, you have enough talented people in the team, like they will also start like training managers well, and that's how you can just keep scaling. So yeah.
So, like, when you started it, so is it feasible for one person to be like, okay, I am going to handle this one creator? So, is it cold reach that always work? Or for you being an agency, does create? I'm sure many
So
creators that
I
come
like
to you.
before starting also I had the luxury of having some sort of a creator network.
Okay.
Okay. So that was a little bit easier for me. Like every person does have their own path to basically start the agency, right? So the basic thing is, I don't think so. It's very difficult to get in touch with one creator.
Okay.
Let's say if you really want to be a talent manager, you reach out to 100 creators who are maybe just below 50K or below 100K. If you will reach out to 100 creators, I'm confident 2 to 3 people will reply to you, and you will end up working with one creator. And then it's up to you if you are really genuinely talented and you can add value to that creator's life. And if the creator is also vouching for you that hey, this person is a good manager,
Okay. Yeah.
then it won't be difficult for you to get more clients eventually.
So, who do you look at? Like, आपको क्या लगता है आपके हिसाब से आपका डायरेक्ट कॉम्पिटिटर और इनडायरेक्ट कॉम्पिटिटर कौन होगा? Like in this market, there are like so many talent management
Yeah,
agencies
I
who
think
are
like
out
there's
there.
iPlex, there's Monkey, there is Collective. All of these people are doing good work. So they
So,
are.
do you think that these agencies which are already here in the business for a long time, do you feel that they are your direct competitor?
Yeah. So obviously they are, right.
No, because a lot of small agencies are also there.
Obviously, smaller agencies are also a competition. So, like anyone who's doing talent management in India is a competition. But like right now, the talents are so many in India that if you're able, like eventually, what the talent will think is like which agency can service me well.
Okay.
If any agency has a track record of servicing talents well, the talent will be comfortable working with that agency, right? And right now, in every month or every day, even if I open my Instagram right now, I will find 10 new content creators.
Yeah.
So like people are coming in every day, so we need more agencies to service them eventually. So, yeah.
So there's no like demand की तो supply की कमी नहीं होगी. Basically from the creator side,
Yes.
there always be a supply for
Yeah.
creators.
Like if you're doing good work, eventually you will be able to grow. So yeah.
So if you had like a big amount, like let's say 1 crore, to reinvest in your company, like obviously your first answer would be human resource to get a good talent. But do you think there is another fixed cost which is involved other than human resource, which you think कि अगर मैं इसमें अपना reinvestment करूँ, then it will lead to better scalability?
So I don't think so. Like fresh, like enough fund would maybe, because the thing is like I will still need to basically have a time period to train these people, right?
Yeah.
So obviously the maximum investment will be in the human resource, maybe like having a better facility in house, maybe like a bigger office where we have studio, where we have another like multiple things that a creator can come in and use. Maybe we have like very good backgrounds. We can maybe provide more services to the creators. Or maybe if we see potential in a particular creator, can we maybe start like a product line with that creator?
Okay.
We can maybe use that funds in that. So yeah, that's what we can probably do.
So, like, I recently read a report which was by YouTube India itself, where they said that 83% of Gen Zs, they consider or they identify themselves as content creators.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, so many Gen Zs are kicking in. So, like, if a college student, I see many of my friends as well, every day they're trying to throw in some new content or get into the game of content creation. So, like, is it feasible for a creator, like, let's say a Gen Z who is 19 to 20 years old and has followers like 5 to 10,000 or maybe more, 25,000? Is it feasible for them to get a creator, or does it make sense to get for them to have a talent management agency?
For them, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Because like right now your followership is so low and you have a lot of free time. Right? Like these creators who need managers, they're doing it professionally.
Yeah.
And they have bills to pay. When you're a student, you don't have bills to pay, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have enough time. So, and if you have like so limited followers, it should be your goal to first understand how the business works.
Okay.
You should maybe do 2-3 deals of by yourself to understand what is the deal cycle, right? How does it work? So when a manager comes in, you also are empathetic to what all goes into basically bringing in a deal. So your expectation is also aligned. And when you have such low followers, it doesn't need like for you to have a manager, because that at that point of time, like you don't need that sort of a value to be added.
So does this advice changes when the person is, let's say, 25 or 30 and he has 25,000 followers? So like, do you think, is it feasible for them to get a talent management?
Yeah, then it definitely makes sense.
Because so basically you're saying that students have a higher risk appetite, so they can explore and do stuff on their own
Yes.
rather than getting a creator.
And they also don't have bills to pay, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
enough amount of time to experiment.
Yeah.
And right now, what I see in the future, what things will be like, there will be a person who is a creator, plus like also doing something in their life.
Yeah.
Right now, also we also manage some people who are maybe like employees in some company, and they're also making content.
Okay.
So both of these things will go hand in hand.
Okay.
And when these things are happening, since you're already an employee, you're already making content, you definitely need someone who can maybe handle the business of your content.
So basically content creation can be like a passive income or a side hustle thing which everyone is
Yes.
panicking.
Like everyone has a resume, right?
Yeah.
So content creation can become like the future of resume. Let's say if I'm a very good marketer,
Yeah.
I will definitely make content on what sort of campaigns I have done, what's my thought process like of marketing. So yeah.
So let's say a 20-year-old who's trying to get into content creation, he has a niche ki, okay, I have to make content around this topic. So like there's two ways where the content is divided as of now. There's short form and there's long form format. So like what would be the first advice if the person is like, ki, I have to reach maximum people and I have to build a distribution. So for them, does long form format make sense?
So right now, making short form content is easier compared to long form.
Okay.
If you're confident in your skills, if you're confident in your craft, that you can maybe start with long form, because it's more difficult.
Yeah.
But you're just starting out, you want to experiment first. You can experiment with the short form, and when you feel you're confident enough, then you can also start long form.
Okay. So like if you had to change something about the Indian creator economy, like, you know, one thing, do you feel ki this thing could be better or this way of working can be done a bit better way? So like what's that one thing that you feel ki, okay, if I could snap my finger and fix it?
So I think work ethic is something which is not the best in India as of now.
Okay.
People don't follow the timelines that they are given.
Is it by the employees or by the creators as well?
Both. So for an example, right now when I'm looking for hiring people in my team, right? Like even though I want to hire more people, I don't find good enough people who are good with their communication, who are very professional. Like if I have to use a word, right? And same goes with the creators as well. Some people, they have decent followers, right? But when it comes to being professional,
Yeah.
they lack over there. So if the work ethic becomes great, so then everyone in the value chain will be benefited from it.
Okay. So, you know, in the next 5 coming years where technology is shifting like every year, I guess 2 years ago AI came and it's the biggest thing right now. In the span of 2 years, it grew like crazy. So like, do you see like AI somehow affecting the talent management business? Because what I've seen is people are, जिसके लिए वो पहले pay करते थे, they go to AI for that. And apparently AI is doing a good job at it, because I've seen cases where AI could found the disease that this person is having. So something that extreme. So do you think like talent management or creators going towards AI and figuring stuff on their own will affect the economy of talent management?
I don't think so, because in the talent management business, we're essentially like the goal KPI is to basically help them make more money, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think so right now AI can go and do sales for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So until and unless we have that advance of an AI, I think for that we will need AGI only.
Yeah.
That person who can maybe go and maybe do sales for you, convince people to spend money on you, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So obviously internally we can optimize our processes using AI. Like for us, the biggest advantage is if the creators become more if they can produce more with the help of AI, right? We have maybe larger assets to sell to the brands.
Okay.
We can even eventually manage a larger pool of creators whose like per month like output is way higher than it would have been without AI.
Okay.
So that is an advantage for us, but I don't think so AI hampering the talent management business in any way in any time soon.
So, like, last final question. This is where we end the podcast. If a 20-year-old who is trying to get into the game of content creation, you know, like one advice you want to give to them, looking at the camera to say, ki, this is
No, just
some
start.
certain rules.
Just start.
Start.
Because I've seen like a lot of people overthink.
Yeah.
Ki what will people think if I put this out? How will people perceive me? Right? So that's the biggest roadblock. Even if you see the first video that Bhuvan Bam put out,
Yeah.
or even like the first video of MKBHD,
Okay.
or even like your favorite creator,
Yeah.
that video will be like very bad.
Okay.
Like even Bhuvan Mam, Rebel Kid, MKBHD, if they will see their first video, they will also cringe.
Cringe out.
So obviously the first video will be bad. That
Okay.
you need to expect.
Okay.
And then if you just put it out, eventually you'll become better, you'll become more confident in front of camera, and you will become a better creator.
Okay.
You just don't overthink, you just start putting out. And by doing this on a daily basis, you'll learn and you'll grow. So
Okay.
that's just do it.
Okay. I think we can wrap up the podcast here.
Thank you.
But before that, I guess we have a token of appreciation for you. We would like to show it to you. Like our team sat and made a sketch around.
Okay.
It was like a character sketch that we made for you. So please have a look at it. We would love to see your reaction. Our team sat and made a sketch around everything that you have done.
Okay, yeah, that's wonderful.
Like there's TEDx as well,
Yeah,
there's your
I think
theater as well.
you have done a lot of research.
Yeah, we have done a lot of stalking for the past few
No,
days.
that's-
We have seen a lot of.
That's great. Thank you so much. I think this
No,
is
you
like-
came, you gave such a
you
beautiful
have also
insights.
put Jaipur and Mumbai.
Yeah, you came to Jaipur. And, yeah.
No, that's pretty wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank you
this.
so much, Piyush. So that's it from our side. Thank you guys. We will coming up with more podcasts very soon and see you in the next one.